Hey everyone, this is Wes with Riding Hood Solutions, coming at you with another weekly scam update, so let's get right into it. So today let's talk about nonprofit scams or charity scams. The other day I'm at my house, I'm sitting on the couch watching TV, and all of a sudden my phone rings, I answer it, and it's some nonprofit organization saying that they are a charity that helps out police officers that have been injured in the line of duty. Well, there's a website called charitynavigator.org where I could check out this charity. Look them up. Sure enough, they don't exist. So in this case, they were trying to elicit donations for a nonprofit organization that was completely fictitious so that they could just skim the money and run. So schemes like this are extremely common, especially when you're starting to look at disaster situations. Whenever there's a hurricane, whenever there's a tornado, earthquake, whatever, and there's a lot of crowdfunding activity going on, scammers love using this as an opportunity to take advantage of people's goodwill. So what they'll do is stand up a fake charity, start calling people, or maybe setting up a GoFundMe account, and next thing you know, you've donated money to an organization that was completely fictitious, where they just take the money and they run. So a few warning signs to watch out for. One is if you ever hear gift card, right? If they ever say, yeah, just send gift cards to us, that's usually an indicator that it's a scam. Or if they want you to wire money straight to them, or if they want you to send cash directly. More often than not, whenever somebody stands up a nonprofit organization, they'll have a website that you can navigate to and you can donate money to them through that website. Another red flag might be if they are asking for your personal identifiable information or your credit card information, bank information, or whatever over the phone. That's a big red flag. Again, typically they'll have a website of sorts that you can navigate to donate. Another big red flag is if you just feel that sense of urgency, right? You just feel like you're being put under pressure to donate. Like I've said 1,000 times, anytime you feel a sense of urgency when you're online, that's your cue to get your guard up. If you need to, just hang up the phone, walk away, do your research on the organization, and if they are legit, you can go back to their website and donate through that. But whatever you do, don't stay on the phone with somebody that's putting you under a sense of duress, because that is just a bad habit to get into, even if they are legit. So how can you tell if a charity is legit? Well, first of all, do they have a website? Do they have a phone number? Can you just navigate to it and just check them out? Second of all, if you just look them up on Google and then type in the charity's name and then put scam thereafter, a lot of times you'll see a Reddit thread or something along those lines that says, hey, watch out for this scam. There's this supposed nonprofit organization that's taking donations and they don't even exist. Those are good indicators. What I personally like to do is go to a website called charitynavigator.org. And in here you can explore charities. You can look a charity up and verify that they actually exist. Or for example, if you want to donate to a particular cause, you can go in here and, for example, here's Kentucky Flooding. You can click on Kentucky Flooding and explore charities to support, and it'll give you a bunch of recommendations for various charities that are supporting the cause that you want to support. So that's a really good resource to get into. Something else you can do in this website is navigate to a charity that you would like to donate to and just verify that they actually are legitimate. Now, one thing I will kind of warn you of, a lot of times the rankings in here are a little bit skewed. Let's say you see a score that's like in the 70s. It doesn't necessarily mean that the charity isn't legitimate or isn't reputable. Sometimes it just has to do with checking certain blocks that the website sets up. But personally, I like this website quite a bit because I can at least tell, hey, does this charity exist? And speaking of nonprofit organizations, there are several that I'm very fond of that I'd like to share with you right now because they really do a ton to support veterans, to support their local communities, and a few of them have done a lot for me. So to start off with the Honor Foundation, I'll tell you, when I was getting out of the military, I was a retiring Green Beret, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. All I ever was a soldier since I was about 17, and I really didn't have a good plan for life after the military. I went to the Honor Foundation, and their entire reason for being is to help Special Operations Service members figure out what their next mission is going to be in life. I showed up and then had zero clue where I wanted to go. Next thing I know, I'm really interested in cybersecurity, and they kind of helped me figure out how to get into cybersecurity. Awesome organization. I can't say enough good things about them. Another nonprofit I'm a huge fan of is called Beacon Rescue. This nonprofit is based out of Tennessee, and they work in disaster response. So after a hurricane or a tornado or an earthquake or some such, they will deploy teams of people to these sites and help organize resources on the ground and utilize their training from prior military experience, law enforcement experience, etc., and implement those skills to help out however they can. Additionally, they have an anti-human trafficking arm where they seek to assist law enforcement in finding human trafficking victims and helping them build cases against their exploiters. It's a great organization, and I can't say enough good things about them. Next is YAIPAK, and YAIPAK is just some of the best people you'll ever meet in your entire life. They're based out of Clarksville, Tennessee, and it stands for You Are Important, People Administering Kindness. It is just one of the best organizations. I can't say enough about them, right? So they have a few different initiatives. One is called Be the Hope, where they do community outreach, especially to the homeless population. They also do Foster Hope, where they work with children in the foster care system, where they help children in foster families in emergency situations. They also have Patriot Hope, where they try to basically assist veterans in need, and Rebuild Hope, where they get into the disaster relief area as well. And they work very closely with Beacon. So that team together is just an incredibly useful one, and they do a lot of great things for the public. So I can't say enough good things about them as well. And last but not least is NAHT. That stands for the Nashville Anti-Human Trafficking Coalition. It's just a great group of people based out of Nashville. Their mission is to rescue, restore, and resource women and children from the bondage of human trafficking and addiction. So whenever they have a request from somebody saying that, hey, I'm in a human trafficking situation, they will work with that person to basically get them back on their feet and thriving in the community again. So another great organization that I just can't say enough good things about. So if you are looking for an organization to donate to, I would say any of those four are a great place to park your money. They are just some of the best people working on some of the best causes, and I can't say enough good things about them.